Start off with Helene St. James from the Detroit Free Press.
Hi, Jonathan. So how was it kind of as much as this was a simulation of playing without fans?
Yeah, it was kind of weird, but I think we'll get used to it. Obviously, it's just red and white. It's been so long, so we're just trying to get our reads and our legs under us. And I thought it was a decent pace for a first game in a long
And
time.
how did you feel out there?
Felt pretty good. First period just seems like everything was quick, but I felt after kind of settled in and I was reading the play better.
And just your thoughts on this 56 game schedule, a lot of pair by pair games against the same opponent and only 7 opponents total.
Yeah, I think it's the right way to do it. Obviously, it's going to create a lot of rivalry between teams, and I think it's going to be good for the fans, and for us to play 2 games, I think it saves us quite a bit of travel too on a really condensed schedule. So I think it's a good way of doing it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next question, Ted Colfin with the Detroit News.
Hey, Jonathan, good to see you. Hey, so is 2 weeks or not even 2 weeks is that enough for a goalie to get ready for a season like this? I guess it's going to have to be.
Yeah, obviously you want to get probably more games, but at the same time, everyone is on the same boat. So you got to make sure you do everything right every day. Come to practice and make sure you're on your game. And same with those last 2 games that we got inter squad. So you just got to find a way to prepare yourself the best you can. But like I said, everyone's on the same boat. So you just got to have a good start.
What's the big thing? Just tracking shots? Is that the most? I mean, you guys have been off as far as goal. Just talking from a goalie perspective, like 10 months, just like everybody else. Is that the most difficult thing to get going?
I think we've been practicing for so long. I think tracking shot is fine. I think once you get in the game, it's more reading the games and who's open, who's not, and I think the biggest thing too is traffic. You can't reproduce that in practice, and obviously in the off season, guys don't want to get hit by shots, so it's kind of hard to have 10 guys in front of you, circling around and things like that, and finding that puck. So I think that's probably the biggest thing for a goalie.
The last one, just a relationship with Grice. I mean, do you know him before at all, anyway? And just going forward, how have you guys gotten along here these first few days and whatnot?
Pretty good. Obviously, we've been for the most part in different groups, but great guy, super nice, and he he's kind of like me, just goes on and works hard, and I think we'll do a good job this year. Me and him, I think we're a good combination, and obviously I played against him for a long time, so I know what he's capable of. So I got to bring my A game every night.
Sounds good. Thanks, Jonathan.
Thank you.
Next up, Max Boltman with The Athletic.
Hey, Jonathan, with the way you closed last year, the last few months for you personally, what did that do for you going into, I mean, I know it was probably obviously a longer off season than you'd have liked, but what did that do for your confidence and your preparation, I guess, coming into this year?
Obviously, my goal is to start off the way I finished. I think from December 1st or something like that, I think I really took an edge on my game, and the consistency was there. So, I've trained really hard. So I want to have the same start that I finished the season last year. That's for sure.
What are some of your impressions of some of the new teammates, whether it's Nemesnikov, Ryan, some of your new defensemen in front of you?
Yeah, I think we, obviously we don't have much time to gel together, and we won't even during the season with COVID and being restricted to have dinners and things like that. But it seems like we have a really good group. A lot of new face, but we got a few days now to kind of bond as a team and make sure we're all on the same page.
Thanks.
Next question from Ansar Khan with MLive.
Yeah, hi, Jonathan. Just wondering, how your off season went. Is it any different for a goalie when you've got an extended summer, some extended off season as far as just your preparation? Is it any different from a goalie, do you think, than as opposed to a skater?
Tough to say. I only know one position, but I try to do kind of the same off season I've been doing. It's been obviously a long off season, but I feel like I put in a lot of work off and on the ice. So, like I mentioned earlier, I think the biggest thing for a goalie is read and seeing traffic, which is you can't really have this in the summer, but that's why we get those 3 games to kind of make ourselves ready for the start of the season.
Also, any early impressions on the new guy, Brome, from what you've seen in camp and in today's scrimmage?
He's very good. I think he's the type of guy that will create chances. You saw that in the 3-on-3. Got into a breakaway, and he just seems to be always in the right position. He reads the game well, and I really like this game for sure.
Thanks, Jonathan.
All right, thanks everyone. We'll take a break for a few minutes and be back with Coach Blashill.